Hey guys, we made it up to trait 18 of 30. And trait 18 is be observant. Trait 18 in my book, Blue Collar Leadership and Teamwork, 30 Traits of High Impact Players, is be observant. And think about the last trait we just talked about, be helpful. Well, sometimes to be helpful, you need to be observant, right? Makes sense. And again, all these chapters, there's synergy created between these character traits. And so when we talk about being observant with people, the small things are the big things. You probably already know that. But I want to share the opening quote from this chapter. And this by Daniel Goleman. People who are empathic are more attuned to the subtle social signals that indicate what others need or want. And sometimes, if you read some of my other books, you've heard me talk about a friend of mine. He was a board member on a mountain bike chapter I started in Auburn, Alabama. I was the founding president. And my friend Greg Williams, he's a 5-time national champion equestrian head coach at Auburn University. And I talk about him, how he is one of the most helpful people I've ever met. It's like he's got a sixth sense when it comes to seeing someone who needs help. If somebody drops something, it's almost like Greg is on his way to pick it up before it ever hits the floor. And I've spent time with Greg in his office. We did a lot of training and development, a couple of years with him and his staff, his coaching staff. Rios actually spoke to the equestrian team one year, to the riders. And we've been invited to Greg's home numerous times and spent time with him and his family. And it's just who he is. He's a high-impact team player on his team. He's actually the head coach for that Auburn University equestrian team. But the coach is also on the team, right? Is a part of the team. And Greg is an amazing team player, a high-impact player. Also, he's a high-impact leader. That's the way it works. You can't be a high-impact leader without being a high-impact player. So I'll leave you with the closing quote here from John Maxwell for this chapter. And John says, a basic truth of life is that people will always move toward anyone who increases them and away from those who devalue them. So if you take this content, if you got blue-collar friends and family, co-workers, be a high-impact player. Share this stuff with them. Share these video series with them. Tell them about my podcast. Tell them about bluecollarleadership.com. Help grow and develop people. That's all you got to do. But you got to be observant. Talk to you next time.